I'm the fire chief with the City of Sheboygan Fire Department.
Can you start off just by giving us a little bit of an overview of what you're doing right now?
So last night, yesterday afternoon, about 2 o'clock, we had an individual, a 13-year-old male, swimming with friends, began struggling, went under. The department was dispatched. We put rescue swimmers immediately within 3 minutes on our arrival to try to make a rescue. Unfortunately, he was already under, so by the time we got the dive team geared up, ready to go, we put several divers in, boats, sonars, just couldn't find him. So we searched until dusk, and then due to the safety of the crews, we postponed the incident till this morning. At about 8 o'clock, we put some more divers in the water. We've had our sonar, we've had a K9 unit searching, so we're trying to get to an exact location. There's a lot of debris, obstacles in the water. It's about 30 feet deep, as I mentioned yesterday. So it is a time-consuming, labor-intensive ordeal, but we'll do the best we can to try to see if we can get some closure for the family.
We were talking to, I don't know, are you the chief? I don't know if you're the police chief or chief or no. Okay. And we were hearing that he was diving with friends or jumping with friends, and then he didn't resurface. Can you confirm that?
So he was with a group of friends, and they also tried to assist when he was in the water. Unfortunately, they weren't able to get him to shore, so that's when he went under.
And then were they able to then kind of like pinpoint or like guide you to where he went under?
Yeah, the area we're searching was confirmed again by the K9 units. We're going off the last scene point by not only the friends but witnesses that saw the individual as well. So again, this is a time-consuming. What the sonar does, it's searching the area, and then when it pings on something, when it sees something, then we have our divers go in that area. We're doing wall searches with the divers. We're doing dives off the boat to try to get as large area as possible. But as I said, it's about 30 to 45 feet deep. And I hope to have more information for you later on this morning.
How long does one of these operations typically take for a recovery?
It all depends, truly. Some we've been involved in can be a matter of hours, others days. So we have several companies here from, we have Manitowoc County, Sheboygan County, Brown County, and Calumet County. So quite a few of the DNRs here, City PD, sheriffs. We'll do the best we can, and as I mentioned, we're trying to get some closure for the family, so that's really all the update I have. I'll be glad to come back and give you further updates in a couple hours or later on this morning, afternoon.
Can you talk about that collaborative effort, why it's important to have these different agencies come together and share the resources that they have to hopefully find it?
Yeah, any agency will tell you that it's just too overwhelming for one to do. We just don't have the resources. We have a department size in the City of Sheboygan here of about 78, so we just don't have all the resources. Plus, you need rotations. The divers can only be in the water for so long before they need to get rehabbed. You don't want to put the boats on a beautiful sunny day like it is right now. They're getting the heat, the sun, so you want to rotate crews. So we got to keep that in mind as well as continuing the search.
And the area that you're searching for right now that you said is kind of pinpointed by witnesses and the K9 unit, is there any obstacles there I know you've been talking about obstacles for your divers, is there any obstacles in that area that would be hazardous for swimmers, that if they were going to go in that area, they would have complications staying afloat? I don't know if you've been speaking to the family at all about the teen missing, was a strong swimmer or not. Were there any obstacles in that area that are just hazardous for swimmers in general?
Yeah, there's plenty of obstacles in there, and I have not spoken to the family other than briefly last night to tell them that we were continuing the operations today. So there are a lot of debris, the wood, the branches, tree stumps, etc., etc. fishing pole, lines, wires, you name it. So that's another obstacle and hazard for our divers. And one of the reasons we stopped operations last night was because our divers were getting entangled in all the obstacles. So
this part right here is a water park area. It's cordoned off. There's lifeguards here. There's no lifeguards over there. Is it prohibited to swim here, or is it swim at your own risk?
So it is like a swim at your own risk. Again, it's not affiliated with that. Obviously, this area that is marked off it's marked off for a reason. It's safer, and as you mentioned, there's a lifeguard. But yeah, so we're going to continue and do the best we can. So hopefully we'll have some closure for the family, as I mentioned many times already. So
the
I appreciate
area you was swimming in, you're searching it, is a prohibited area with no lifeguard.
There is no lifeguards, correct. So
okay.
Yeah. All right.
There were mentions about him jumping off one of the cliffs. Do you know how high it was?
Yeah, no, I couldn't tell you. And again, I did not witness it. I wasn't here. Our witnesses say, he jumped in the water. So I don't know if he was diving. I don't know if he was running and jumping. I couldn't tell you that, but we were told he jumped in the water with his friends. And so they tried the best they could, but unfortunately...
is the area where he supposedly jumped in pretty deep then? Is that one of the pockets where it is?
Yeah, as I mentioned, it's about 30 to 45 feet deep. So it's one of the deepest areas of this quarry. So...
And is there signage in that area where that area is telling people to stay out at all, like dangerous area hazards in the water, anything like that over there?
I couldn't answer about signage. Again, I'm in the command post, so I appreciate the question, but I don't want to give you any false information. So I appreciate the time. Like I said, I'll come back and give you an update when I can. So.
What would be the best way that you would be able to communicate that? Would you be posting on Facebook or contacting the news like us through an email to say, hey, we want to have a press conference just so we are...
So we will, I don't know if any of you are going to stay on site here. The police officers will be here. We'll rotate them as well, but we will be putting out a press release later.
Okay.
Regardless of the outcome, we'll put a press release. So yeah, I don't have a definitive time for you, and I apologize. I just don't know how long it's going to take. We have several boats in the water, as you can see. You probably can't see the divers, but we've got divers in there. We've got sonar. So the hope is that sooner than later. But regardless, I will put out a press release via email like we do normally. If you're here, I'll be glad to speak to you later on.
Okay.
Okay?
Thank you, Chief.
All right. You guys take care.